All right, let's get to some notable discussions from the David Pakman Show subreddit. You can find the subreddit at davidpakman.com/Reddit. And now 31,000 of you are subscribed for free to the subreddit. A user named Plenitude Opulence posted a video of radical Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz having a beverage thrown at him in Pensacola, Florida. Now, my position on this stuff has always been the same. I'm against it. I'm against it. I know that this guy is disgusting. I know that this guy is depraved. I know that this guy represents so much of what is wrong with the United States at this point of time. I'm not denying that. He's horrible. If he has committed crimes, he should be charged, and he's currently under investigation. He should be voted out, et cetera, et cetera. But throwing drinks at people, it's beneath us, and I am against it. So I know that the video went viral and people are laughing and it's all a big party. I think that this is, I'm not against using incendiary language when it's appropriate or engaging in hyperbole for effect or whatever, but throwing drinks at people, I am against it. I am very much against it. And very much the same. User William McAdoo posted to the subreddit this story of this anti-mask, anti-vaccine police officer, 33-year-old police officer who has died of COVID-19. You know, when I see this, there are some people who see this stuff and they gloat and they say this guy deserved it. And ha, 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 he denied that you need vaccines. He was a COVID denier, was against masks. And now he's dead. I take no pleasure in that. I really don't. And as I've said before, it's something about me constitutionally, even when Rush Limbaugh, someone as disgusting as Rush Limbaugh, who made so many people's lives a living hell by furthering homophobia and xenophobia and all of this stuff. I take no pleasure in seeing that Rush Limbaugh got lung cancer. I take no pleasure in the fact that people who loved him, and there were people, I guess, who did, are now or did suffer. I take no pleasure in that. And I take no pleasure in the fact that this 33-year-old police officer, despite being a COVID denier, died. I don't know. I just can't do it. And I know some people are taking pleasure in it, but that is not for me. For me, it's more about everybody could be at risk and we should get vaccinated because you might be one of those young people that gets it and dies. Why take the chance? And the COVID-19 vaccine is so effective that it makes the chance of you dying from COVID at any age group dramatically lower. And so go and get vaccinated. That's the lesson. The lesson is not, ha ha, somebody died. It's go and get yourself vaccinated. Lastly, on the subreddit, user B Scolo posted, if, and it's a big if, it's proven that the coronavirus did leak from the Wuhan Institute of Virology, for which there is no public evidence at this time. Hypothetically, what would the international reaction and response be? China is arguably a superpower on the same footing with the USA, EU, etc. What consequences would they actually face? Also, in this hypothetical scenario, does war with China become a serious platform idea for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination? Edit, because I guess I should say it. I do not believe the virus leaked from the lab. I suspect the overwhelmingly likely scenario is it jumped from an animal in the wild. Yeah. So, you know, what's really funny about this? Republicans love to say Joe Biden is going to get us into all these different wars. And they like to say Joe Biden is soft on China. And the reality is, I don't think Joe Biden's going to get us into any wars. And Joe Biden has been reasonable on China, in my estimation. If indeed there was the discovery, and I mean, listen, when we say if, China obviously lied about cases early. They seem to be lying about deaths. There's no question in my mind China did tell lies about what was going on with the pandemic. That's separate from the lab leak hypothesis, okay? I do think that if the word war isn't used, it's going to be probably something else. But if the lab leak hypothesis were to even be proven partially, and I'm not talking about a bioengineered virus, but just it was being studied and there was an accident, right? for which there is no evidence at this time. Very important to say. I think you are going to see the closest to just straight up the beating of war drums from Republicans heading into 2024, and it will all be premised on Biden. Biden didn't do enough. On the one hand, they've been saying Biden's going to get us into all these wars because he's a warmonger. I've seen no evidence of that. On the other hand, they are going to be saying Biden didn't do enough on China. And whether it's Trump or whoever it is that is the Republican nominee in 2024, will be alluding to something that will probably feel very much like a war. Yeah, I think there's a real probability of that. Join the discussion on the subreddit at davidpakman.com/REDDIT. One of our sponsors, PureVPN, is giving you 47% off a 1-year plan, which comes out to less than $6 a month. PureVPN makes you anonymous online, and you can trust them. They're the only VPN with an always-on third-party audit, verifying that your internet activity is not being logged. PureVPN keeps you safe from hackers, prevents you from being spied on by your ISP, social media companies, government surveillance. It lets you stream shows and movies that aren't available in your country. PureVPN is super fast with over 6,500 servers, and you can use it on all of your devices with 10 devices logged in at the same time. You can try it for a week for just 99 cents, and you'll get 47% off a 1-year plan, which is less than $6 a month when you go to davidpakman.com/VPN. The link is under this video, and you'll even get an additional 10% off when you use the code Pakman.